Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Saturday, October 24th, 2020. I'm going to actually show you their smokestack going over there. They are not getting it down on how it has to be done. So I had to go over there and I was helping them today. They're like, the fire's just not going so well. Because when you have everything damped down and you don't have the fire really going first, I said you gotta get that fire going. Get a good bed of coals going. Once you get a nice bed of hot coals, then you can damper it down, because then you just continue to feed it. But so they'll figure it out. They'll figure it. Because if you look at mine over here, see the difference? You can kind of see the heat coming off the top of my pipe, but I have my wood stove going too, and so it's burning much hotter than theirs is. Theirs is giving off a lot more smoke. So, what are you gonna do? That's what happens. So anyway, I wanted to do a video today. I wanted to talk about 14 things that you may or may not know that came canned. So some of these I knew, some of these I did not know. So I think this was very, very interesting. A lot of them, I'm going to tell you which ones I really think you should have in your preps, and I'm going to tell you why as we do it. But we've got 14 different things here. So number one is going to be duck confit or confit with fat. So again, that's something that you definitely, I think you should have. It's more popular in Europe. It's not as popular here in the United States. But with the fat content with it, look at, I got to show you too. Who's right there by my feet? Molly Mall, and there's Mr. Abel. But with the fat content of that, the fat is what we're going to need a lot of in the post-event. You're going to need that fat, so you're not going to always get a lot of fat from different things. But if you have that in that, with a canned duck like that, definitely a good thing to have. Okay. The next one is going to be tamales, and these are whole tamales, not they're whole tamales. They actually have those in a can as well, which I did not know. Okay, but I thought that was kind of neat. The next one is going to be potato salad. Potato salad is another good thing to have. Again, it's going to be more filling and stuff like that, so that's not a bad one to have as well. The next one, this one I had no idea. In a can, this generally comes out of Switzerland. A cheeseburger. A cheeseburger in a can. Could you imagine? I'm not sure I would want to have that, but they actually make a cheeseburger in a can. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The next thing is going to be escargot, which basically is snails. Again, that's not a bad one to have if you like snails. I'm not a big fan of snails myself, so for that one, I'm probably going to take a pass, okay? The next one is going to be canned bread. Canned bread is another thing that people have, which I've heard of canning bread before in a canning jar, but I've never heard of canned bread. So that was one I had not heard of before. Canned butter is another one. Now, obviously, I knew about canned butter. Red Feather does a canned butter. Again, I think it's a good thing to have, especially for your preps, because of the fat content. That's going to be kind of a theme with the ones that I'm really going to recommend that you get, is because of that fat content. In a post-event, you may not be able to get butter anymore. But if you have the canned butter, and I think the shelf life of the canned butter is about 5 years, so it's not bad at all, okay? And again, I would, kind of go how it was and how it smelled and all that type of stuff in a post-event. The next one is going to be cake. They actually can cake. So, is an energy boost, I don't think that that's a bad thing to have. Again, if you have cake mixes and you have access to eggs and all that type of stuff, then you may not need to do that. But again, it's just something different to have in your preps, okay? Let's see, the next one, canned pudding. Now, I've heard of canned pudding before. I've seen pudding canned before. So that one is not a surprise to me. Again, a lot of fat content with that, so that's a good thing to have too. Obviously, a lot of sugar, energy boost, okay? The next one, and this was one I definitely think you should have, is cheese. Cheese is a big one. Again, a lot of fats with cheese, so that's not a bad thing. And if it extends the shelf life because of being canned, I think that's a great thing. It's a good thing to have. I did not know about canned cheese, I'll be honest with you, okay? Let's see, the next one we're going to go with is the whole chicken. Whole chicken in a can. I've seen that already. Not a bad thing to have. I have chicken and beef in a can, ham, those type of things as well. So, I already have a lot of those things. But the next one is going to be hamburger, okay? And that is going to be by Yoder, Yoder. They have hamburger in a can. Again, if you're having that and you're trying to mix that, like say you have your pasta and you're trying to make like a goulash and you have, your tomatoes, now you got that canned hamburger. Not a bad thing to have it all again, okay? A lot of protein, a lot of fat with that as well, which is good. The next one, again from Yoder, is going to be bacon. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard of canned bacon. Definitely a good thing to have in your preps as well, okay? And so then the last one is going to be sandwiches, PB&J barbecue sandwiches in a can. So again, not a bad thing. Peanut butter obviously is a big important thing that you should have lots of anyway, especially Reese. Reese is going to need a lot of peanut butter, because I know he goes through it quite a bit. Likes to dip his fingers and things in there and just eat that peanut butter right up. So, nothing wrong with that. But peanut butter is a great thing to have. So, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, barbecue sandwiches. Change of pace. So there's 14 different things that you may or may not have known that come in a can. Some of them I absolutely think you should have. Again, if you want to, variety is always a spice of life. Again, the canned hamburger or cheeseburger, you're looking, that's going to be expensive. That's coming out of Switzerland. So again, the duck with the fat, that's more of a European thing. But again, not a bad thing to have. So there's a lot of good things in that list that you should definitely have to work with. So I hope that helps. If you can think of other things that I may not have thought about, as far as something that may be more obscure, that is canned, that we may not know of, please, in the comments below, share that information with everybody. This is all about sharing information and helping each other, and I think that that's important, okay? The other thing I wanted to tell you really quickly, my sale on my website, preppernurse1.com, for Legacy freeze-dried food, it started yesterday. That will be continuing on until the 8th of November, okay? You have a chance to save 20% off of any purchase that you make for your long-term food storage. If you have any concerns about the election coming up, like most people have, regardless of what side wins, I think we're going to be in for some upheaval afterwards. And with everything else that's going on, the COVID numbers are increasing again, which is concerning. Having freeze-dried food, long-term food storage, what I have available on my website is generally shipping out in 5 to 7 days. So as soon as you get your orders in, I will get them out. If you go through PayPal, the money is available right off the bat, and I can put those orders in immediately. If you decide to go through Authorize, which, is your choice, but if you decide to go through Authorize, they hold on to that money for a couple days before I can put that order in. It just delays you getting your product. So if you want to save 20% on your long-term food storage with the Legacy freeze-dried foods, go to my website, preppernurse1.com. You're going to see store. You click on store. It'll drop down. It'll say Legacy. You'll see the Legacy foods. Click on that. What I have available there is what is available. So definitely take advantage of that. 25 years shelf life. You just got to heat it up. Add water obviously and cook it for like 15 minutes, and you have a great meal. And I've tried several of them, and they're actually really, really good. It's the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried companies, so that's a cool thing. And especially if you're bigger, like me, you like a bigger portion. So also on my website we have jdaga.com, which is the CBD and hemp store. The link is below. You'll see the link below here, and also on my website. If you see it, you click on that, it'll take you to their website. And if you decide to make a purchase for a CBD or hemp products, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that is the number 1. You will save yourself 15% on the purchase from them, okay? CBD has a lot of great usage that you can use as far as, you know, everything from helping with pain, helping with, you know, glaucoma. Obviously, it helps with that as well. And it also, you know, helps with GERD. It can be used to help with your pets if your pets are having pain. It helps with inflammation, a lot of different things. I mean, there's a whole laundry list of things it can help with. Not a bad thing to have in your long-term preps for a post-event, okay? Also on my website, we have the Prepper Nurse One community, which is a resource that we put together for you guys to connect with like-minded people. So I would encourage you to go. It is totally free to join. It does not cost anything. And we put that together for you. So if you want to go in and read the message boards, if you want to go in and try to find somebody in your state or your country, I encourage you to do so. Again, it is free to join. You do have to register because it is private. So definitely take advantage of that as well, okay? Other than that, it is kind of an overcast day. It was raining this morning. As you can see, the leaves are starting to really come off the trees. A lot of the trees over here, the leaves are already gone. That time of year. So we will be in cold weather very, very soon. Anyway, so I'm going to jump off here for now. I hope everybody's doing well. Be safe. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So that's important. Also remember STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. So stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later. I will do a second video later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.